Hey guys, welcome to another episode. Today I have a really quick and interesting tutorial for you. We're going to look at Microsoft Power Automate. It's Microsoft's platform for business users that would allow you to automate different tasks. So let's say you have some repetitive, boring, or just simply time-consuming, simple and straightforward tasks. You can replicate those in a nice flowchart way and have the platform automate those for you. And the best part is that because it's made by Microsoft, you actually have access to all the services and all the apps within their whole ecosystem. So let's say you want to have a simple app that would link to your ERP, to your Dynamics 365. It would pull in all your invoices that are not approved. Then you can approve them. This will mark them as approved and process the invoice to the payments module, and it would also send an email to the responsible accountant or something else, or just ping them on Teams. You can do all that in this platform, and I never actually used it before, but recently we started getting a bit more invoices. Well, a few a month, but still I have to download them, upload them to a different folder on Teams, then share that to our accountants, and it's just boring and repetitive. So I thought about automating it, and just wanted to show you how it's so easy in under 10 minutes to just grab that and have an automated flow that would take each new email, take a look if it has PDF attachments and if it has a specific name, let's say, and then just grab this attachment and upload it to a specified folder. By the way, if you're enjoying the videos, thumbs up will be awesome, and sub will be amazing. So yep, let's just go ahead and head over to flow.microsoft.com and take a look. Here I have this Microsoft 365 Business Basic invoice. It's a PDF file as an attachment that I get every month. And I have this folder, Microsoft Billing, in our Teams where I want all the invoices to come. So if you head over to flow.microsoft.com, and it's going to redirect you to your specific region's URL, you have all those different templates that you can start from. And we're going to go to email and just look for something that looks kind of similar to what we're going to do. So let's say we want to save an email to SharePoint. So I'm clicking this one, which is going to save it to OneDrive. So we just need to change this thing. It might ask you here for the connections, but since mine are already active, it just tells me that I have to grant it permissions. And here's the flowchart of our automation. So we have this portion here that's saving it to OneDrive at the bottom, but first let's just go ahead and rename it. So save Microsoft invoices to Teams. And basically Teams, the file system, uses SharePoint at the back, so we want on each new email that comes to our inbox, we want to do some things after that. So we have some condition here if it contains a different specific value in the from field. But since this is a bit different and it's tailored to OneDrive for business, we're going to look at how it's built, have the attachments property that we're going to use down here. But basically what we can do is go ahead and just remove this whole condition. I'm going to click on the three dots here and go to delete. Okay. So we're just left with our own new email trigger. So folder that the emails come into will be the inbox, and we want to have Microsoft 365 Business Basic Invoice as part of our subject. So we come here and we want those that include attachments, and the subject should contain this thing. Okay, so that's our identifier for our incoming emails. Let's create a new step, and it allows us to have different triggers and actions. So you can see here, you can scroll and check everything out. You have different sections, and we're actually gonna do this apply to each control. So all those emails that will be filtered on the top will trigger to an apply to each function, and we want this function to be applied to each attachment. So if the email has attachments, take those attachments and do something on all those attachments. And the next thing we want to do is filter those attachments, because we only want PDFs. Sometimes logos from email are considered as attachments, and that's why we're just gonna filter from the attachments field. And the way we're gonna filter is, first we selected the from, the attachments, and then we wanna get the attachment's name. And remember, it's attachments name, not attachment name. So it refers to the name of each attachment. And we want it to contain PDF, as we have PDF as the file extension here. And that's pretty much it. So once this is filtered, you want to add a new control, and it's going to be a condition control. So we want to see if there were actually any PDFs, and we're going to write this expression length, which will give us the length of the collection, and the collection is going to be the body of our filter array. And you can just type it in the same way, but with an underscore instead of the space. So the length of this, we want it to be bigger than 0, which would mean that there's at least one attachment. If nothing happens, we'll just leave it. But if there are attachments, you want to choose an action, create file, and make sure to select the SharePoint version of the create file, not the OneDrive for Business. Okay, it says something here. It doesn't matter. Okay, so let's go ahead, select the site address, and it's going to list all the sites. So I want to use the Magnimetrics site that we have on SharePoint, and then you can click this folder to select the path. So I'm going to go down, find shared documents, go into that, go into expenses approval. Yep, and then go into subscriptions and select Microsoft Billing. So this is going to be my destination. And I want the file name to have the name of the attachment. So I'm going to use the same attachment's name. It's important to use the attachment name because it refers to the attachment object that we selected above. And then for the file content, if we just search, we're going to see that we have an attachment content that we can select. Here it is, and I think that's pretty much it. The only thing that's left to do now is to actually see if our flow works. So let's save it, and once we save it, okay, I don't show that again. Okay, once we save it, we can go ahead and hit test, and I'm gonna test it manually. So save and test, and now the test is running, and it says that we need to send a new mail in our inbox. I'm just gonna grab the same email and forward it to myself. Okay, I'm forwarding to myself, send. And now let's see what happens. You can see that the flow started working because it detected it's waiting for the new email right now, and it's spinning, and something happened. Our flow was successful because the new email arrived, and here it is, my pop-up for my new email. And it seems that it worked. You can go in here and look at how everything worked, the expression results and everything. And if you go back to Teams and we just refresh, you can see our PDF here. That was Microsoft Power Automate, especially the Power Flows, and I gotta say I have a bit mixed feelings. I mean, from one side it's a bit gimmicky, but on the other, I think I can see the value, especially if Microsoft decides to maintain that in the long term, because they've been known to like bring new tech and then just like say, okay, we discontinue that a couple of years later. But let's hope this one sticks, because I really think it's good for really easy and fast process automation, and it can really add value, especially in my view at least, especially to smaller teams or places where we have a large volume of transactions. Thank you guys for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and maybe even punch the bell icon to receive notifications every time I upload a new video. Till then, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. So it's their platform available to all business users to create simple automation flows, and actually not so simple, quite complex automation flows that would allow you to automate repetitive and manual and just intensive and